It's a speedway. It's
whatever.
it's a dirt track speedway
kart.
Listen, wherever you were, all that flat track stuff in the WKA, leave that back there because this is IKF, son. I'll teach, I'll teach
hey,
you
Mike.
again.
Mike is stepping up to the open cage carts now.
You know that.
Yeah, you gotta keep an eye out for that 17 Big Sky and Powers Transport cage cart.
Oh no.
What is he, NASCAR now?
He's
talking
already
about
plugging sponsors, man.
QRC, Burris Racing Tire, Big Sky,
Powers Transport, Moxie Media Promotions.
That is awesome, man. I just, Mike, it is always, I mean, it's.
His boss is yelling at him. Kevin's mad.
Oh yeah, Kevin's mad. Why aren't you working on the race car?
Because he's not there.
Who's screaming in the background?
Oh, sorry, I'm at dinner.
It sounds like you're getting beat up.
Is your steak still there?
Yeah,
I mean,
I got,
did you lose your steak?
Yeah, I had to yell at somebody.
Well, I guess I'll take back that very nice orb that you had. You start taking food off of Mikey's table. Now, mind you, you can't be any more than 160 pounds soaking wet. So you start taking food off his plate.
Hey, I'm 145 soaking wet.
I was gonna say, yeah, probably one.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm
fast.
twice as you.
That's fast.
Man. All right.
Also need to give another shout out. We have another guy on our crew that he doesn't come out to the races, but he works in the race shop with us. Daniel Spear, Rich Spear's kid.
Absolutely.
He plays a big part in our racing system. He's very good at setting up the street stocks and stuff. And he doesn't come out. He works a lot of hours just like I do, but I want to give a big shout out to him too. So
the Spear gang again, good racers, good people to hang out with, and Rich, one of those guys will say, hey, we'll help your setup, do this, do that, do this, and 99 times out of 10, your cart's gonna be faster.
That's it too.
Good people.
Where are you at eating dinner right now?
Red's Bar and Grill off of Foster Road.
Okay, so everybody, race fans, if you're in the Portland area and buy Red's Bar and Grill, don't go in there and take Mikey's food.
You'll pull back a nub.
Exactly.
Well, Mike, we're getting towards the end of our broadcast, man. We want to say thanks for calling in. We'll see you at the racetrack. And, again, I really appreciate you for stepping up and doing what you did to help out with that Shriners deal.
Yeah, no problem. And, after that, maybe we'll put Josh in one of the carts, and I'll call both you guys out.
Whoa. Hold on.
That's a done deal. That just happened.
Wait, I'm not gonna say anything, but you do realize that I'm a Duffy winner, right?
No, Mike. He's a 3-time national champion.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's fine. I got 4 championships under my belt. I'm not scared.
You don't have to be scared.
Don't be scared.
I got that track magic working for me.
You already know how I feel about that one. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was Mike Trickle.
Hey, Mike. I'm in a track magic too.
Yeah, I love you guys. You guys are awesome.
But listen, when this race happens, Mike, you will weigh the minimum weight for the heavy division. Minimum, guaranteed.
That's 340 pounds.
370.
370.
Done too. And if I bump you, I'm sorry.
Oh, you're gonna get bumped.
You're gonna get bumped.
I don't even know if any of us are gonna finish this race.
We're gonna drive like Chris Trickle.
Right.
Hey, you know what? I'll drive like Chris Trickle all day long. I love how that dude races. I've had the best time racing with him than I ever have anybody else in the KT division.
Do you remember, Mike, me sending you that picture from years back where it's Ronnie Cox, your dad, me, and JR Parrott up there at Oakwood?
Yep, and Ronnie Cox, I believe, is hooked onto the rear bumper of my dad.
Yeah, it was awesome. Your dad was going into turns 3 and 4. Ronnie Cox has got the whole cart literally climbing up your dad's back. I'm right behind JR Parrott. We're literally 4 carts, back to back going into turn 3 and 4. And here's Chris, man, just got this car just crossed up, and Ronnie Cox running nobody, just little Nerf bars like he always does.
Right.
Running his open motor, and he's got this car like it's standing like a sprint car. It was the coolest picture I've ever seen, and I still have that, man. I sent it to you not too long ago, but that was one of the coolest pictures I have with Chris Trickle and everything. It was awesome.
Pop says that was the fastest his carts ever went.
I'm sure he had 3 of us pushing him.
Yeah, he got a KT 400 on it.
I'm back to eat my food, and thank you guys, and I'll go live for Speed Week for you guys. So.
Mike, thanks again, man. Always appreciate you. Have a good week, and we'll see you at the track.
Yes, sir.
See you, buddy.
Bye.
this is what I love about our show. It's stuff like that. It's just good times. It's just good times here at Northwest Dirt News, and again, brought to you by Northwest Trucking Academy. These guys are
Jetstream Aqua Massage.
Right.
Me, you.
Well, it's
our
without
wives.
us. Yeah. I mean, without them letting us do this,
Right.
This ain't gonna happen. So you guys can thank Trish and Sandy.
That's right. Yeah, I'm 2 hours away, so I'm not gonna get home until 10:30, 11 o'clock tonight, and yeah, she's home with the baby, and I gotta give a huge shout out, just like you do, Sandy and stuff. Is this, without her being up there in the tower, at Sunset Speedway, and doing all the stuff that she does on a volunteer basis, everybody there at Sunset Speedway are amazing. All the track guys, Robert Bell, fire safety crew, those guys. I mean, it's awesome. Nikki Gamble. I mean, it's.
We've got some good people here in the Northwest to promote our sport.
It is really cool, Chris. Down to your area. I mean, it's just everybody.
The track master.
Yeah, everybody's just. I mean, it's so surreal coming from the crew chief side or the driver side into the announcer side.
It's different. It's a lot of fun.
And that's what you said to you, like, well, just wait. And I'm like, nah, there ain't nothing to this. You talk on a mic. It's cool deal. I'm like, there's a lot to it.
But that's what people don't realize. And we talk, and we talk a lot. That's what we do.
But my wife says that's the reason why I'm good at this.
Well, but the thing about it too is you have to do your homework. You have to do your research. You have to go to the pits, talk to every team, and if you just got up on the mic and talk about what's going on, it'd be a lot of dead air.
Right.
So going through and doing the interviews on the phones and planning for the fans in the stands and doing the show and it's just nonstop. I mean, you're making phone calls. I'm making phone calls during the week. It's messages. It's emails. It just never stops. And well, I mean, it's a labor of love, and I'm glad to be doing what we're doing. I'm glad that the racetracks would have us, and we look forward to doing this for a long time.
Absolutely. I mean, it's grown so much now that you start to look at it that we, have got to that point that, our respect level has got out there for doing what we do. To have a legend like,
Kenny
Wallace on. We, Schrader and stuff, I talked to him a couple days ago, and he says that he's just so busy getting ready for the Speed Week deal, getting ready for sponsor stuff or whatever. He says he has not a problem. Once he comes out here, he's going to do a big interview and stuff with us. That's going to be cool.
You're going to love it. That's going
to be awesome.
I'm talking with Kenny.
I'm not nervous, but I'll tell you what.
You are so full of crap.
I am too.
You're not nervous.
I have no clue on even.
Listen, I'll tell you right now.
I've changed my notes like 6 times.
Listen, honest to God truth, when you're talking to Kenny, don't be nervous. Kenny is hands down the most down to earth superstar, on that level that you'll ever meet. You're not going to meet another guy like Kenny Schrader. He'll sit there and he'll talk racing with you. He'll talk setup. I mean, he's just a good old boy, and you're going to have a good time talking with him. And just take your time, listen to what he says, and enjoy it, because I can't repeat some of the stuff that he said on air. He's a funny guy. You're gonna love it. But
we're gonna have cameras in his car.
Yes, we'll have Sam Pettit up there with the Moxie in-car cameras, riding with Ken Schrader.
We'll have the live Moxie show. I mean, we want to do the live, but we also want you guys to come down. Be part of the group. And that's the thing is to get everybody at the track. We're not necessarily doing a ton of live shows and stuff now, because we have done it at the beginning of the season to show you guys what the racing's like. Now it's time for you guys to come out to the track.
But I'll tell you something, and let's talk about that real quick, because I know, and I understand. I understand where track owners and promoters are going, don't do that. It takes people out of our stands. I can understand that, and I can appreciate that. That being said, the stuff we do beforehand, okay, it's one thing to maybe tease the people that aren't there or that are expecting to come and do a live trophy dash. That's one thing. I went through the pit area like we do with the camera hot, and just kind of did pit crews, talking, like who's talking, like who's here, here's this guy, there's a former champion, Jeremy Shank. I did a whole pit. I drove through the pit crew or the pit area on the quad, and I don't know this lady. She's obviously a big fan. She's been there for years. I don't recognize her. She came up to me. She says, Corey. She says, hey. She says, I want to say thanks. I said, what I do? I haven't even done anything yet. She says, I saw your live video from the pit area. She said, I saw all the cars that were here and the excitement. She goes, I love that you did that. She goes, that's the only reason. She goes, I wasn't coming to the races today because it's far too hot to even be here. But here I am. She goes, and I'm here because you went through the pit area with the camera and put that thing on Moxie. So, yeah, it was kind of cool to see some of our followers that aren't on a race team or, involved heavily in the sport.
Alone,
just fans. see that on our page and say, hey, I'm going to the racetrack.
Well, you know, when we did the walkthrough and stuff there at Sunset here a few weeks back for Memorial for the 2-day show, and we had well over 50 some plus micro sprints and modify. I mean, it was just an awesome show. We gave them, because they're all the way from Deming. They're 3.5 hours away. You know, so a lot of their fans, a lot of their family,
by the Canadian border.
Yeah, didn't come down. So that was a good deal for their sponsor, because like any sponsor, you go to a sponsor and say, hey, and what's the first thing a sponsor does? What is it going to benefit me?
Right.
So when you go 3 hours away, or when they go to Tulsa, or when they go down to California, because that's realistically the tracks and stuff they go to besides Deming.
Right.
Not a lot of people and stuff have them. But when they come, they bring a ton of money, they bring a ton of fans, they bring a ton of excitement.
Exactly.
And so for us to be able to give back to those guys, and the feedback that we got from 50 plus drivers, plus fathers and mothers and sponsors.
This is the thing about when we're talking about our Facebook page, Moxie Media Promotions, and the stuff we do with the live camera. The thing about it is, and it surprises me, because you'll post a trophy dash or you'll post picture interviews and you'll get 400 or 500 hits on something like that.
Right.
It's so funny to watch, the camera go through the pit area and just kind of scan the pit area and show everybody who's there. And you'll go back and you'll watch the numbers climb. Now, people can't see this on the fans that are just looking at the page can't see it. On the admin side, we watch this and we're seeing 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 views on some of these videos. It's not even racing. It's just going through the pit area and showing everybody who's here and what's what and talking about.
3 weeks ago, your trophy dash at Willamette Speedway had 4,200. 4,000. I mean, people that don't know that. 4,200 hits within 72 hours.
Right.
4,000.
That is, not trying to toot our own horn. That's a great thing, because it's putting.
People are excited. People love to see that,
and it shows that the foundation here in the Northwest people. But Moxie's got a lot of followers. I mean, as far as North Carolina, down in Florida, Oklahoma, we've got actually a large group from Wisconsin. I mean, we've got people all over the country that are watching this. So it's not just good for us. I mean, it is good for us. It's fun. We like to see that, but the benefactors of that are the drivers and the racetracks.
Yeah,
that
are sponsors and stuff that put their name on these race cars.
Right, and then for the people that around the country to say, "Whoa, look at that racetrack!" Where's that at? Lebanon, Oregon. They're looking it up, or Banks, Oregon. Man, that's some hardcore racing. I want to check that out. They'll come back and watch those videos, and it's just cool to see us helping the sport in our region.
Because we've been in that. We've been in that, and then now we have the opportunity and stuff to give back, and that's just the thing, and that's why we sit there and we say, call in. If you guys want to talk racing, let's talk racing. If you guys just want to do, a 30-second shout out to your sponsors for your race team, hey, and then have them go back and listen to it, you realize that there's, 1,700 to 3,000 live listeners every single time we're on. Plus, within 24 hours to 48 hours and a week later, we have close to 20,000 plus.
Well, that being
listen
said,
to the show.
A couple shows ago, it was just the show before the safety show, I believe it was. We looked at the numbers, and Josh and
on the live show with Kenny. With
well,
Kenny
it was
Walsh.
the one actually right before Kenny.
Oh, okay.
We did that one, and I think both of us looked at the numbers and just about died when we saw over 14,000 live listeners.
Right?
I mean,
14,000
across the country, Mexico, Canada, France, Alaska.
That's where I saw our 6 viewers in Japan.
I mean, yeah. It's just a weird thing to see, something like that go international, because it's just weird. But it's cool. It's cool to be able to help out and give back to you guys and possibly promote your sponsors, promote the racetracks, and just do what we do. We have fun doing it, and we appreciate every one of you race fans, every one of you race teams, drivers, crew chiefs, sponsors of the sport. It takes all of us working together to make this whole thing successful. And if one aspect of that goes bad, it starts to weaken. You're only as good as your weakest link. And right now, things are pretty good.
And we're close to mid-season, but I mean, speed weeks are coming. A lot of drama's gonna come.
Oh, here we go. That's when it starts.
It's awesome to have you guys. Thanks again for Paul High Octane Diecast for coming in for Journey Dirt Slingers. It's Paul. It's awesome to see. Some of these guys. It's just cool to have you guys. Joel from Drager Performance, Rick Wyatt calling in. This is what we're here for. Do not be shy.
It's just a phone call.
Yeah, it's just a phone call.
We'll put you on the air.
You guys talk all the time. So, but with that said, we're just gonna
turn these mics off and get out of here.
Get on out of here and listen to a little bit of